That was the first time that I've ridden my bike in probably 3 years that I've felt like I was in shape, which is kind of crazy. I feel like you sometimes are in really great shape and you don't even realize it, and then you kind of lose some of that fitness, and then you're trying to get it back, and just it takes so long to get it back. But it always comes back. It always comes back, and when it does, it always seems like you're stronger. It just seems like there's so many lessons in that, and there's so many lessons that I've learned from working out, biking, surfing, just learning how to breathe, learning, what's the strongest version of you, learning to kind of let go, just let your body do its thing. And you're kind of forced to be present, when you're biking, like I'm biking in basically the woods. It's just so medicinal, for lack of a better word. And I feel like also I'll go some time without exercising. There's tons of different ways to exercise outside. You can run, you can bike, you can swim in a lake, you can swim in the ocean. There's really a ton of ways to do outside. I love working out in the gym, using weights, but there's just something about breathing and being outside that just brings you so much closer to the center. So every time I'm feeling kind of in a funk, I just try to get outside and breathe. Use exercise as an excuse to just breathe. And I feel like recently I've been trying to just really focus on breath, breathing in through my nose, out through my nose, just keep everything under control. So, yeah, there's a pretty big unknown for the rest of my life. I'm not sure. I have travel plans for about the next 12 days, and then after that, no travel plans. So, kind of an exciting prospect. We'll see where I go. I was thinking about shipping my bike somewhere and having it wherever I stay. But I'm not super concerned with where I'm going to be staying. I guess I'm not that concerned that it really matters that much. I found such a great inner state that the external is less important now. I think for a long period of time I was finding an excuse that I wasn't in the right place, and that's why maybe I wasn't feeling the best or I wasn't doing my best. And I'm finding that was just a big excuse to do the work and figure out why maybe I wasn't feeling the best. Environment definitely matters, but I think a strong internal state can overcome any environment. And what do I mean by strong internal state? I don't mean rough or trying to control everything. I mean an openness, a flexibility, kind of rolling with the punches. Gooey, almost. So things can just kind of come and flow, and when they leave, that's okay. And when they arrive, it's also okay. And when you're in that place, it doesn't really matter where you are. Sure, there's probably dangerous places you wouldn't want to be, or violent situations that I hope you wouldn't be in. There's a lot going on at all times. Everything's happening now. There's tons of happiness, there's tons of suffering, there's tons of everything. And I've always felt like if you can create the space for yourself to become really clear and present that you can then go and try to solve, or maybe not solve, but just approach problems or suffering with a mindset that could hopefully lead to some sort of remedy. You hear the word privilege tossed around a fair amount, and privilege is definitely real and exists in tons of different ways. And the more I think about it, what privilege really is the opportunity to help others. And if you're not doing that with the privilege, then I don't think it's really privilege. Because at the end of the day, I think the only thing that's fulfilling is to help others. So if you don't use your privilege to do that, you don't really have a privilege. It goes to waste. Sun's about to be setting. It kind of already has set. It's weird. It looks like this big storm cloud, but it's also kind of a sunset. Perfect temperature. All right.